I have found this material in online. This is by Mom Nurse Baldres. She is a student. I think this was her report. Okay, so I borrowed this. And in this report here, she said sociograms. This is a graphic representation of social links that a person has. It is used to analyze the choices or preferences each student makes within a group. Okay, so you use this to examine the social relationships of your students. Now, under your sociograms, there are different types of students. Okay, so there are categories of students in a class. You try to also examine yourself and you reflect upon yourself. When you were a student, anong klase ng estudyante ka? Were you a star? That's the first category of student in a sociogram. So, pag sinabi mong star, you are a student who is chosen by the most number of your classmates. Okay, so kunwari sa lahat ng parties, nandun ka. Sa lahat ng party ng iyong classmate, imbitado ka. So you're a star, okay? That's one category of a student in class. Yung another category is an isolate. So this is the opposite of a star. This is a student who is not chosen by any of his classmates. So ito usually yung problemado sa isang klase, no, may problem siya sa kanyang social skills. He's an isolate or she's an isolate. So he or she is not chosen by any of the classmates. Now, the next category is a mutual choice. Pag sinabi mo mutual, of course, mutualism in our types of relationships in our previous live stream, these are students who choose each other. Okay, so they're choosing each other. That's mutual choice. And the next category that we have here is a one-way choice. Pag sinabi mo namang one-way choice, these are students who choose someone but the choice is not reciprocated. Hindi na ibalik yung choice nila. So, meron silang pinili pero sila ay hindi pinili ng taong yon, di ba? Napakasakit. Napagdaanan nyo to. Napagdaanan natin itong lahat, alam ko. Okay, so that's a one-way choice. And meron din tayong sinasabing clique. Pag sinabi namang clique, this is a group of 3 or more students within a class who all choose each other. So, kumbaga, grupo. Okay, barkada, grupo. That's your clique. Okay? Kaway sa mga di pinili, sakit, okay lang, papasa naman sa let. Alright, so those are the different categories that we have in our sociogram. Now, to show you an example of a sociogram, I've made this. So, I think you are all very familiar with all the relationships that we have here. So, we have Kim Chu na bawal lumabas. Okay, ang ating kaklaseng si Kim Chu. Si Maha Salvador used to be very good friends, best friends. And then, of course, Kim Chu broke up with her ex-boyfriend Gerald Anderson, and she was comforted by Maha Salvador, who used to be her best friend. And then Maha Salvador also had a relationship with Gerald Anderson, which eventually led to the breaking up of their friendship, no, si Kim and si Maha. But of course now they're okay again. Then Maha Salvador, of course, was the ex-girlfriend of Mateo Godicelli. Mateo is now married to Sara Geronimo, who was also linked to Gerald Anderson, who was also a partner, a love screen partner of John Lloyd Cruz, who was also the love team before of Bea Alonso, who was also the ex-girlfriend of Gerald Anderson. Okay, so ito po ay isang example ng sociogram. Okay, so this is an example of a sociogram.